Here we go. Tomorrow, Nebraska prepares for one of their biggest tests of the season versus the very talented, rising UCLA Bruins in a game that will either save or ruin the rest of the Huskers' entire year. So in today's video, it's finally time to reveal my official predictions for this matchup. We're going to take it quarter by quarter, play by play, which Huskers succeed, which Huskers struggle. How does TJ Lateef do in his first ever start? Studs, duds, surprises along the way. And then when it's all said and done, who wins, Nebraska or UCLA, and where do the Huskers go from here? So really quick, this is going to be a big time prediction video. Hey, if you're excited about tomorrow, I know why I'm, hit that like button. And also, if you're a diehard Nebraska fan and you're not subscribed, what are you waiting for? For daily contact Huskers, it's no brainer. Take 2 seconds, join the family, hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. But without further ado, we have a lot to talk about. Let's just call a spade a spade. Tomorrow is arguably Nebraska's biggest game of the season. I know it feels like we say that almost every single week, but the reason why this is so important is because if you win this game versus UCLA, if you avoid the upset, it propels you to win out. It propels you to beat Penn State. It propels you to beat Iowa. You can still go 9-3, still have the breakout year that everybody was expecting, and make a great bowl game. However, if you lose, if you get upset, if you get embarrassed, it propels you to lose to Penn State, to lose to Iowa, to go 6-6, make a terrible bowl game, and prove once again that Nebraska cannot live up to expectations. And all the year 3 stuff, it was false from the very beginning. So it's big for this team, not only for the players, but for Matt Rhule. We have to win. It is a non-negotiable. It is huge for the bigger picture. Let's get things started with my official game predictions. We have, of course, 5 specific in-game predictions. Then we'll get to my score prediction and offensive and defensive MVPs and where we go from here. First prediction of this ball game. Nebraska has a hangover from last week's excitement. Now, we played USC very close. We should have won that ball game. We gave it to them at the very end. UCLA, we know that they're rested. They're ready. They're trying to upset us. Nebraska, there's a likelihood that maybe we're overlooking them. We're looking at Penn State. We're looking at Iowa. Of course, we're worried about Dylan Raiola given the fact that he's out for the rest of the year. We know that UCLA, they have a lot of talent. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the country, Nico Amalavia. We know they have a brand new play caller. And for that reason, Nebraska, we've struggled time and time again on the West Coast. UCLA, they strike early. They begin the game 7-0. Nico shows his flashes. They establish the ground game with Jalyn Berger, a couple other guys there. And Nebraska, they're tasked with responding. They're tasked with getting back in the ballgame with TJ Lateef, with the rest of this offense. Because one of the biggest keys, like we've talked about all week long, our defense has to step up early. And unfortunately, we will not do that, given the elements that we just talked about, given the hangover from last week and the fact that UCLA has so much talent. The Bruins start off the game 7-0. Second prediction. Missed opportunities define our entire first half. Now, you would think that Nebraska would respond. You think that Nebraska would come out swinging maybe in the second quarter. That's not going to happen. Our offense will be meh for the majority of the ball game, at least in the first half, first, second, potentially third quarter. That's thanks to TJ Lateef. He's going to struggle a little bit. Again, it's a hard position to be in as a true freshman. We know that we're going to have missed opportunities in the red zone. We're probably going to give up a 4th down like we normally do. We'll go for it and we won't get it. We'll miss a field goal potentially in there. We won't be able to establish a run as maybe as well as we should. We know it's going to be a huge key to the game for UCLA to at least slow down Emmett Johnson. And for that reason, we struggle in the first quarter. And we struggle in the second quarter. And it looks like going into halftime, we could potentially be down. The big question is, can Nebraska make adjustments? Because it feels like over these past couple weeks, we never make adjustments. We didn't make any adjustments versus Minnesota when we went to halftime at 6-7. We didn't make any adjustments versus USC when we went into halftime up 8 points, 14-6. Can Nebraska finally make adjustments against an inferior UCLA team when they're hit in the mouth very early on? We'll see. Third prediction for this ball game, second half. Emmett Johnson comes out firing. I mean, he's been carrying this offense on his back over these past couple weeks, especially on the road, and he's going to do it exactly again with the offensive line stepping up. The whole offense is going to revolve around him. He's going to have over 115 rushing yards. He's going to have 2 touchdowns on the ground, 5 yards to carry, and really, I do think he's going to allow the passing attack to open up with TJ Lateef. We're also going to see TJ Lateef's legs a little bit with these zone reads, with these options. We're going to unlock a new element of this offense that we haven't seen all year long. So again, I believe that Emmett Johnson once again is going to step up. I don't think there's any player on UCLA's defense who can stop him. They have one of the worst D-lines in America, one of the worst linebacker corps in the country. And for that reason, with Emmett Johnson getting going, with the passing attack finally opening up thanks to that, it's going to be a little bit of a shootout. It's going to be back and forth battle. That's what we expect going into this week, and that's exactly what's going to happen. But Nebraska finally comes out firing in the second half thanks to our best player, Emmett Johnson. We will see a lot of studs and duds tomorrow. We will see, in my opinion, I think the offensive line is going to take a huge step forward. This offensive line played very well versus USC. They're going up against, once again, one of the worst D-lines in America. I think the offensive line is honestly going to dominate the trenches for the majority of the ball game. I think the defensive line will struggle once again, given the fact that, again, they played very well, or excuse me, very poorly versus the Trojans. I don't think Cameron Lenhart's going to play well. Williams and Elijah Judy. I think the linebackers are going to struggle at times. I think this defense in general is just not going to play very well because they have so much firepower, and we're on the road. Our defense never plays well on the road. So, again, the defense not going to play well, but in general, I do believe the offense, we're going to have a lot of breakouts. And as for TJ Lateef, again, he's going to have his moments. You're going to see a lot of flashes with TJ. It's not going to be perfect. I mean, there's going to be some times where he struggles with the cadence, with the progressions, right? With learning the play calls, right? There's going to be times where he bails from the pocket way too early. But again, there's going to be times also with TJ where he's run outside the pocket, he's making something happen with his legs, and you're telling yourself, man, we did not have that, 1 week ago with Dylan. We did not have that all season long. He gives us an element that maybe we've been lacking. So is TJ going to be a finished product? No. Is TJ going to be perfect? Absolutely not. But he's not going to be the reason we lose this ball game. He's maybe not going to be the reason we win this ball game, but he's definitely not going to be the reason we lose, if we do lose. Okay, he's not really going to impact the ball game one way or another, if you know what I mean, right? He's not going to be the reason we win or lose. He's not going to play too bad or not too good. You know what I mean? All right, 5th prediction. Before we get to my official score prediction, you already know what this is. This is Nebraska football. It will be a close game. We will be down 7 points going into the 4th quarter. It will be a 1-score ball game when it's all said and done. I mean, that's been the theme of the year. It has been a 1-score ball game all year. Okay, and we've won some 1-score ball games. We beat Michigan State, which wasn't a 1-score ball game, but it was going into the 4th quarter. We beat Maryland. You go down the list, we lost to Michigan in a 1-score game. We beat Cincinnati in a 1-score game. So all of our games have been 1-score. We've won some, we've lost some. This one's a little bit different because it's on the road. We struggle on the West Coast. We have not won in Pasadena against UCLA in 30 years. We have a lot of curses. We have a brand new quarterback. Do we trust this team enough to win a close game with a backup quarterback? Or do you think it's going to be a close game and that Nebraska, when it matters the most, we're going to throw a crucial interception or the defense won't show up and get a massive stop? That's up to you. But I know one thing is for sure, it's going to be a close ball game because it always will be. It just will be. Nebraska plays up to their opponents and they play down to their opponents. Do you have belief in this coaching staff? Do you have belief in this team? Do you have belief in TJ? Or do you not? That's going to impact who wins this ball game, Nebraska or UCLA. All right. Official score prediction. 1-score ball game. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be high scoring. Nebraska goes into the 4th quarter down 7 points. TJ Lateef is asked to do a lot with this offense. Final score, UCLA 31, Nebraska 34. The Huskers inch it out. They barely get the victory over the Bruins. TJ Lateef is 1-0 as a starter. The Huskers get it done in a nail-biter. Another close game, another close victory. But, at the end of the day, even though we won, it leaves a bad taste in everybody's mouth. So, again, there's a lot of things I don't love about this game when it comes to Nebraska. Again, they have a lot of firepower. It's a trap game. I predicted Nebraska lose this game in the offseason. But the reason why I think we win, even despite having a brand new quarterback, their defense is just anemic. It is so bad. It is so bad. I see no way where their defense is going to shut us down all 4 quarters. They might shut it down a little bit in the 1st quarter, a little bit in the 2nd quarter, but all 4 quarters, Emmett Johnson's going to get going at some point. TJ is going to get going at some point. Okay, so while they might be able to put up points on offense, they can't stop us on defense. They just can't. And that's why I think Nebraska wins. And I also believe Nebraska is so much more talented than them in every aspect. While UCLA is talented, we're more talented. We're better coached. We're not a perfectly coached team, but we're better coached. And we know we're not treating this like it's just another game, right? They're treating it very, very seriously because they know if they lose this ball game, we might not win another one. You got to win this one. And I think the Huskers will win a close one on the road. 8 o'clock Central, late ball game in Pasadena, California. All right, offensive MVP, I'm going to go with Emmett Johnson. He gets it done again. Every single week, it's Emmett Johnson. He's one of the best players in America. We got to treat him like such. Defensive MVP, I'm going to go Sear Wright. I'm at the point of Sear, man. I think he's a first-rounder. I really do. He should be a first-round pick. He shut down Mekhi Lemon last week. He's going to shut down the UCLA receivers this week as well. All right, guys, Nebraska, in my opinion, will get it done tomorrow versus UCLA in a very, very close battle. We will go up to 7-3 on the year. TJ Lateef is 1-0 as a starter. Let me know your thoughts down below. It is now your time. Take a minute, 30 seconds, 5 seconds. Let me know your score prediction for tomorrow, the reasons behind that. How do you think TJ plays? Let me know in the comment section. Hey, if you made this far, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe. As always, folks, go be great, go Met Real, and I'll see you in the next one.